Hello friends! The very first engines were invented somewhere between 7 and 10,000 years ago. It was a water wheel and a sail. Yeah, we know, it's not that impressive. But you have to start somewhere. For hundreds of years, they have been constantly evolving. First, steam engines and turbines appeared, then internal combustion engines and electric motors. The engines produced today can't be compared to those made just a few decades ago. Some of them are so powerful that it's difficult to believe they really exist. Make yourself comfortable, because today we're going to show you the 5 most powerful giant engines in the world. Let's get it on! RTA-96C and RT Flex 96C. The largest and most powerful engines of our time are installed on container ships, and some of them beat all conceivable records. There are several different versions of the engine that you see on the screen. However, the 14-cylinder version is by far the world's largest internal combustion piston engine. The production of a series of 2 engines, named RTA-96C and RT Flex 96C, is carried out by the Finnish company Wärtsilä. The engine is 13.4 meters high and 27 meters long. This giant weighs 2,300 tons, and its power, it's hard to believe, because it is 108,920 horsepower. You're probably already wondering what this container ship would look like if it has such an enormous engine. Here's the answer. It looks like this. This is the Danish container ship Emma Maersk, capable of carrying almost 171,000 tons of cargo. When this container ship was launched in 2006, it was the largest in the world. Sounds about right. The biggest engine for the biggest ship. F1. Probably find it surprising, but the first rocket engine of incredible power was built in the 60s, quite a long time ago. The engine was ordered by the US Air Force. They needed an engine that could launch a rocket carrier of unprecedented power into space. The first test flight of the Saturn V rocket was held on November 9, 1967. Even nowadays, it's considered the most load-lifting, heavy, and powerful rocket ever created. It's not surprising that they had to install 5 F1 engines on just the first stage of the rocket. For the other stages, other engines were designed. The F1 rocket engine was created in 1959. Until the 1980s, it was the most powerful rocket engine in the world to have successfully flown. The height of the engine is 5.79 meters, and its diameter is 3.76 meters. It is amazing, but together, the 5 engines of the Saturn V rocket consume such a huge amount of fuel that in just 8.9 seconds, they can empty a pool of 110,000 liters. 1750 MWE Arabelle. Well, now it's time to talk about the largest turbine generator in the world. It uses a unique technology to turn the steam emitted by a nuclear reactor into electricity. There are not many engines like this in the world, because 1750 MWE Arabelle is simply huge. It weighs 1,400 tons and measures over 70 meters, while its diameter is 6.4 meters. With this size, the engine simply cannot work anywhere else except at a nuclear power plant. 4 of these can be found at the French Flamanville nuclear power plant. The engine's capacity is 2,300,000 horsepower. Siemens SWT 6.0 154. As you see, not all of the most powerful engines are used to move objects around. For example, this motor developed by the German company Siemens was installed on a windmill, not a usual one of course. The 8,157 horsepower engine was installed on a gigantic mill with a rotor diameter of 154 meters. Such power is enough for the blades to describe a huge circle with an area of 18,600 square meters. But this is not the only amazing fact. The engine is not just powerful, it is super mega ultra powerful. So much that the few windmills for it which was designed can easily replace an entire nuclear power plant. GE90 115B. We want to end our list with a traditional engine created to propel vehicles. This GE90 115B belongs to the family of turbofan engines, which are used in civil aviation. It was developed in the early 90s, put into operation in 1995, and it's still in use. If you've ever seen a Boeing 777 at the airport, then you've seen this engine. Have you noticed the huge round pieces attached to the wings of the giant airplane? Those are the engines. The dry weight of the motor is 7.5 tons. It's 7.3 meters long and has a diameter of 3.4 meters. The takeoff thrust of this striking engine is 39,680 kilograms force. It turns out that the most powerful engines of the planet are used in different areas. They allowed humanity to exceed the speed of sound and overcome Earth's gravity. We believe that very soon, some very clever scientists will come up with an engine that will exceed the speed of light and take us to distant planets. When this happens, we'll definitely tell you. But for now, we say goodbye.